Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my dear grade 5 students, and welcome back to our educational English, Al-Manha Educational English channel. This is Mr. Ahmed Hakim talking to you. Inshallah, today I'm going to start with you the first model test, model test 1, which is Unit 5 based. Today, inshallah, I'm going to have four questions with you, and they will cover, inshallah, uh, almost all the skill that we studied together, like grammar, vocabulary, reading. So let's start. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Please pay attention. I want you all ears, and this is going to be easy for you because these questions are you're familiar with these questions. So let's see the first question. Write each word under the correct picture. As you know, this question you have a list of five words and five pictures. What you have to do is to figure out which word goes to which picture. So you have to write each word under the correct picture. So I give you a minute to think, to have a quick look, and then come back to you, inshallah. All right. Welcome back, my dear students. And let's see the first one. Look at the first picture from the left. What is this man doing? As we saw that before, all right, he's flying into space. He looks like he's flying into space, and the earth blew him. All right. So what's his job? Excellent. He is an astronaut. He is an astronaut. All right. And the second one, excellent. He looks like what's he doing? It looks like he's cleaning around the skeleton of a dead animal. Looks like a dinosaur. So who cares for things from the past? Who always look into the past history? Excellent. He's an archaeologist. He's an archaeologist. Things from the past. Number three, this gentleman looks like a businessman or entrepreneur. Entrepreneur usually starts small businesses or runs small businesses. Excellent. Number four, the fourth picture, what's he doing? He's writing. So he may be a writer or an author. Good. So author is a synonym of a writer. All right. And the last one, what does he look like? He looks like, yes, he's fixing, he's busy. All right. He's into work. He's involved into doing or fixing something, a machine. So, or doing new things. So he looks like an inventor. So inventor invents or make or design new things. All right. So we have as astronaut. Number two, archaeologist. He looks for these things. Number three, entrepreneur. Number four, author. And five, inventor. Good job. Let's move to the next question. And this question actually is grammatical one, and is going to cover the relative pronouns. All right. So we talked before about the relative pronouns, where who, which, and that. All right, who, which, and that. And we said, why do we use the relative pronouns? We use the relative pronouns to make compound sense. So instead of uh, instead of saying two sense or using two sense, we join them together because both of the sense have the same subject or object pronoun. All right. So the subject pronoun, the subject can be a person or non-person. If it's a person, if the subject is a person, like Abdullah, for example, like a doctor, we have to use who after the person or subject or after the subject of a person. All right. If we're going to talk about non-personal subject, or we're talking about something like a car, we have to say the car that or the car which. All right. So let's see. Here in the question, you have three choices, and you're going to choose the correct answer. Let's see the first one. The Saudi flag space is green and white, has a sword in it. Here, the subject here is a Saudi flag, which is non-person. All right. So, unpersonal subject, we use which or that. Here we have which, who, where. We cannot say the Saudi flag who or the Saudi flag where, because we use a where after a place, all right, to talk about a place. So here we have to use which. Excellent. So the Saudi flag, which is green and white, has a sword on it. Let's move to number two. Cleopatra space was an Egyptian queen. Queen is the wife of a king. queen is the wife of a king. So here we're not talking about something. The subject here is a person. So after a person, if the subject is a person, we have to use what? Yes, excellent. I just said it. Can we say Cleopatra? Which? No, because we're talking about a lady, about a person. Cleopatra, that? No, because also, alright? Here we have to use who. Cleopatra, who was an Egyptian queen, lived about 2000 years ago. Alright, let's move to, alright, number 3. Brasilia. Brasilia is related to Brazil. Brasilia is the capital of Brazil. Brasilia is a Brazilian capital, is a very modern city. Guys, think. Can we say Brasilia where? No. Why? You said where is used after a place, and Brasilia is a city, which is a place. But after where, we have to use a subject pronoun, like I, he. So if the sentence was like that, Brasilia, space, I live, we could have used where. So I could have said, Brasilia, where I live, is a very modern city. Or Riyadh, where I am from, is a very modern city. Here, Brasilia, I cannot use where because there is, after the space, there is a verb. So here, guys, we say, Brasilia where? No. Brasilia which or who? Who is for persons, but Brasilia is not a person. So I have to say, Brasilia which is a Brazilian capital. The Brazilian capital is a very modern city. Alright, good job. So here, the correct answer is which. Let's move to number 4. Alright. As you see, number 4, the river Nile, space, passeth through Egypt, is the world's longest river. The river Nile. The river Nile is not a person, it's a person. Alright? Yes. So, the river Nile, we cannot use who, because we're not talking about a person. The river Nile, which passes. And usually, as you see, which is followed by a verb. Which is followed by a verb. The river Nile, which passeth through Egypt, is the world's longest river. Good job. Right? Let's move to the third activity here is, dealing with vocabulary too. Fill in the spaces with the correct word from the list. We have a list of 5 words here, and to have to fill in the gaps with the correct word. Alright, number 1. Let me read the words first. You're familiar with these words. Inventor, surgeon, author, entrepreneur, archaeologist. Let's see the first one, guys. Who can tell me the answer? Easy. So easy. Number 1. A is a doctor who does operation. Take your time. Don't be hasty. Don't do it fast. In each sentence, look for a keyword. Look for a keyword that can help you find the answer. Here, the keyword for me is a doctor. So, which word means a doctor here? Which major? Yes, can be a doctor here. Yes, surgeon. Yes, the surgeon, which is the surgery department. Surgeon is a doctor who does operations. Excellent. A or an creates new things. I said a or an means if the word that I'm going to choose starts with a vowel like A, E, I, U. I have 5 vowels. A, E, I, O, U. You can say an, like inventor, like an author, like an entrepreneur, like an archaeologist. We have 4 words here that we have to use an or the indefinite article an before them. All right. If it's non-vowel, starts with a consonant, we have to use a before the word. So a or an creates new things. Who make new things? Excellent. We said it before. The inventor. So an inventor creates new things. An inventor. Number 3, Henry Ford. Henry Ford was a or an who started the famous car company. Henry Ford was what's his job? Entrepreneur. Entrepreneur means a businessman that starts small businesses. He started a small company and then became one of the most famous companies, car companies in the world, which is Ford company. All right. So here the answer is excellent. Entrepreneur. Number 4, a or an writes books. Guys, who is a writer? Who writes books? Excellent. All right. Yes. Who writes books? Number 4. Author. Excellent. An author writes books. Good job. Number 5. A or an explores old places to find out the past. Who looks back into the history? Who tries to find about the history? Who tries to find about history? Excellent. Archaeologist. Good job. Let's move to the last activity here. The last activity here is a reading text. And as advised you before, in the reading text, You have to read it at least 2 times. The first time is skimming, which means that you have to read it fast, and then you read it for the second time to look for more details, right? To look for more details. And first, try to think of that question. Who made the first pencil? Who made the first pencil? All right. Who made the first pencil? So, this question can tell you about the text. What would the text be about? What it would be about? So, you can guess what the text would be about from a question like that, from the title of the text. Alright? Surely it would be about the pencil and about the person who invented the pencil. When you read the text, you have to put in mind some information like dates, names, places, alright, events, because surely you would be asked about that later on in the questions. Alright, so let's read it together. I'm going to read it fast, and here what you're concerned about when you read for the first time is just to get the idea, to get the whole drift, to know what is the text about. And then when you read it or the second time, start first with reading the question, and then you read for more details, then automatically you'll find the answer for these questions. Alright, so let's read it fast, let's skim it. Who made the first pencil? It was Nicholas Jacques Conté, who was born in 1755. He was a French artist and inventor. The black part of a pencil is called graphite. Before Conté, people used graphite to write and draw, but in 1795 Conté had a great idea. He put the graphite between two thin pieces of wood, so he made a cover for the graphite. This became the long round pencil that we use today. So the very simple thing that we use to write today has a very popular story in the past. So everything starts with an idea. Alright, so here the main idea of the story is, or the main idea of the text is the pencil and the inventor Nicholas Jacques, or the history of a pencil. So let's see the first part, or the first question. Read the text again, then circle true or false. So here we have some sentences, and we have to choose true or false, T or F. Number one, Conte was born in 1755. If you go back to that reading text, you'll find he was born in 1755. So that is very easy. So the answer is excellent, true. Good job. Number two, Conte was a Chinese artist and inventor. Do you think he was Chinese? He was from China? No, he was a French. He was from France. All right, so that is false. Excellent. Number three, the wooden part of a pencil is called graphite. Is it wooden part that's called graphite? No. The black part inside the wooden part, inside that wooden body of the pencil is called graphite. So it's not the wooden part, but it's the black part. You don't have to be hasty. Take your time and think well. All right, don't be tricked. Good job. So it's false. So the second part of the question, part P, answer the following questions. These are easy questions. Number one, who made the first pencil? What was his name? Excellent. Nicolas Jacques Conté. Nicolas Jacques Conté. Excellent. What country, or which country was Nicolas Jacques Conté from? He was from what? Excellent. He's French, or he was from France. He was from France or France. All right. Good job. This was the last question. So we studied today we covered 4 types of questions as model test today. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope I added some piece of information to you. I hope I made it easier for you. Thanks for being so active with me. Thanks for joining me today. Please, I'll be waiting for you for our model test 2, inshallah. Till that time, take care of yourself. Stay safe. Thank you and goodbye.